tools. You should get a scale, digital scale. They come pretty cheap. This one was like $12. Get one that will do different measurements. For instance, this one goes from grams to pounds to ounces and ounces to milliliters. So I can read it however I want. And metric is more accurate, so I would definitely go with that. And you can get one with a tare weight on it, so you can weigh your container and hit the tare button and it goes to 0. Alright, I have sanded down my epoxy resin finish. I have used 150, 220, 320, 400, 600, 800, 1500, and 3000 face shield. So when you want to take the frets out to refret the guitar, what you want to do is run the soldering iron along the piece of fret and warm it up. What that's going to do is warm up any glue, anything that's holding it in place, and it's going to warm up the wood, and the wood will become more flexible. So when you pull straight up with your plier, it's not going to rip out as much. So what you want, and then if the wood surface changes color, that's perfect to almost too hot. So if you see any change like that, you want to pull it away. So I've got my level that I use for all my lumber projects, and got a double-sided tape and put a sheet of 600 grit on it. Normally it works out really well, but this time the edge of it ripped off a little bit, so it's kind of being fussy. An angle grinder and an old square. I made a guitar neck straight edge with an old square. So I used a piece of tape. You can see this one's part is left over, and so I notched out where the frets go, and I saved myself anywhere from $15 to $100 depending on where I would have purchased it. An Allen key to adjust the truss rod. This particular fender, this Allen key is 13/64, which is also 5 millimeters or 19 thousandths or 3/16. So I'm going to take a piece of tape and I'm going to write Fender on a piece of tape, because that's what this brand neck is. Then I'm going to keep it with the guitar. So something that I forgot to put on camera was I had to use a Q-tip to clean out. Then I had to take a file to the end of the Allen wrench, and it barely fits in there. If you're having a hard time getting your double-sided tape off, you can use a razor blade, or you can use the tape that you just ripped off of your flat edge and put it on the double-sided tape and pull sideways and it comes off. Now that that's done, I'm going to take an old credit card or something. I'm going to wrap a piece of sandpaper around it I'm going to run about a 45-degree angle on each one of the frets on both sides. I want to get basically a triangle going. If you have something like a little crafter's set of files, it might come with one of these files that has soft edges on it, or rounded edges, so you could use that if you want to. Otherwise I just run a piece of sandpaper under the file. That way nothing gets hurt. Got a chunk of Quad Zero steel wool. Some people love this stuff, some people hate this stuff, but just keep it away from your pickups. So if you don't have nut files, you can use, I would say hacksaw blades and as thin of files as you can find. Take a 1-inch spade bit and grind off the point, and then just tap the sides to the grinder, and it'll fit this. Couple pieces of 10 gauge electrical wire, solid copper. You wrap them around the neck, and then you put the strings under them. That way you don't have to unstring the thing every time. And then I put another one closer to like the body. This is a flush mount bit where the bearing rides on the wood, and then you cut down below that. When you're going to use a router on a finish, put painter's tape on the surface of the router. If you're like me, you like to fold over the edge of the tape so you can find it right away. Make certain that that edge is not on the surface of the router, or you're going to make it not level. Capo. I think I said this before, but this is just a flap on one of the string envelopes. This is a false jack. It's put out in a pickup box. For wires inside, broken wires inside a cavity, you're going to need the longest needle nose pliers you've got. This one's about 2 inches. Lighted mirror. If you're going all mechanical as far as using tools, electric tools to put the jack in, make sure and protect the guitar surface, because I just put a nice gouge in the finish. 3.25 magnifiers.
440 hertz tuner, and amp of your choice.